Afternoon Raiders. We're going to cover Brakenspore now, right? This is our battle plan. This is how we use it. I'm making this video series so that way when we have new recruits that come in, they can be right up to point to what we're doing. So by making a 2-3 minute video, it puts it in a position where they're really informed and they know what we're doing. So with Brakenspore, heroic, normal. We hero at the start so that way we have an optimal amount of output with trinkets and everything else proccing, potion intake, etc. What we want to look for is Brakenspore in the middle of the room. So typically what we do is we put a red flag in the center of the stage. It's a large oval really in design. And that's always our focal point to bring them to start with. Tanks are always at the 12 o'clock position with the other tank. The other tank can float until the ad comes out. And then when the ad comes out, it becomes priority every time. Don't ever take the opportunity not to sit there and focus damage onto the ad when it's present. You also are going to need an interrupt rotation of 1 to 3 people. The tank can usually take care of 2 of them, so it's always nice to just have 1 or so more that will support you on normal and heroic. Naturally, on mythical, it's much more difficult. You need to have more interrupts present. On the flames, that's the F with the arrow in and out. Pretty much the growth is universal around the entire perimeter. But initially what you'll see is growth in one side over here and then growth in the other side. We always put a rogue or a feral druid on it with their speed burst. They can go out there, they can burn down a whole bunch of stuff and then immediately shoot back in, especially when a BM is activated. That's the blue mushroom. That gives them the bonus from using the flamethrower, and it also gives them the attack bonus that comes from the increased haste from the blue mushroom. So when those move in and out, we always want to get a stack of this nature though. Whenever we have a green mushroom or a blue mushroom up, we always want to try to position Brakenspore's tanks directly to it. So at times it's really easy actually to just do a speed boost and immediately run to wherever the mushroom's at. Now the idea is temptation in this fight. What they want you to do is get to the blue mushroom and utilize it because you like the extra output, damage, heals, etc. that come with that. But the reality is the spores. Whenever spores are active, it doesn't matter which one of the mushrooms you want to go with, just as long as they're both activated responsibly and can tick through and stay alive during the time frame that the 10 casts of spore are going to go on from Brakenspore. So, for example, this one comes every minute 30. This one's about every 30 seconds. So what you look for is you kind of rotate into one, maybe rotate into the third one, or rotate into the blue one, and then immediately activate it when there's about 5 seconds left before spore starts to get cast, and you'll coast through every time, no problem. If you mess it up though, you can still power heal through it, but your healers got to be ready to start rotating through cooldowns. When it comes to the blue mushrooms, we like to take priority over it. We also like to sit there and designate a 1, 2, 3 healer rotation onto it because the longer it's activated, the more output you have, which shortens the fight length, and that's to your advantage. It means less of the creeping moss, less of the other mechanics that are going on involving the ad and involving him. Now for the tanks, typically prior to him doing his spew, he does a toxic spew that's a frontal conal. That's why we always have him positioned at a north position, or the tank can sit here too. When the second tank brings in the ad, we stack them on top of each other, and then that way when after, for example, they use a tank debuff to protect themselves from the total damage output that the spew does, the 2 tanks can boop, boop, switch real quick, and it's super simple. And then that way it minimizes it. But priority is always on Brakenspore in the smaller ad to be taken to wherever the mushrooms at, so that we're always utilizing the advantage that those 2 mushrooms carry. Now typically throughout the fight what you're going to see is a mushroom that's going to spawn up in the group. You need to make sure that your DPS is immediately engaged on it whenever it comes up. It takes priority over the ad actually, but the ad takes priority over everything else. Then you have your hunters on the outside. I typically put a hunter at 6 o'clock, a hunter at 3 o'clock, and a hunter at hunter at 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 o'clock. And then that way when you have, whenever the spore shooters come up, you have a hunter that's in position that's fighting, and they're protecting the entire area from the AoE attack, the seed generation attack that they do. And then you just rotate through it consistently as far as going through both of them. But remember, always watch for the spores and just pay attention for that. And as long as you do, it'll be super, super easy fight for you to be able to manage. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please click like. If you have any comments or questions, please put them below, or you can hit me up online at BattleTag Scion VHR1266. And thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate your support. Has been huge. We've broken 2,000 views this week. I hope that we can continue with that. Thank you.